This is a ghost story about an army guy, shared on Reddit by a user I will call V. V said that one day she was coming back from a friend's house and they decided to take the back roads. It was evening, around 7, and the route was faster and less congested than the main road. She turned onto one of the back roads, which was surrounded by cornfields. She says to imagine a children of the corn scenario. In this scary landscape, out of the corner of her eye, she saw a man walking on the side of the road. She could see the man clearly. He was on the taller side, around 6 feet tall. He was wearing an army uniform, the camouflage style, with very short hair and a backpack. V felt bad for the guy since it was getting dark soon and there weren't any houses around. She turned her head to get another look at the army guy, but couldn't see him. Her friend, who was driving, asked her what she was looking at. V told her that she had just seen a guy in an army outfit and a backpack walking down the road. Her friend must not have seen him because she made fun of her and laughed. After V got home, she remembered her boyfriend had said something about seeing a person in army fatigues in that area. She asked her boyfriend to describe the army guy that he had seen. She did not share her description of the army guy with him until he was done telling her what he had seen. It turns out they had both seen the same man. She told her friend that had driven her home what her boyfriend had seen, and again her friend laughed. The next day, that same friend had been hanging out at V's house and headed home around 10 p.m. Later, V's friend called crying and very upset. She was still in her car heading home. V thought she had had an accident or something. Her friend told her she had taken the same road home that V and her boyfriend had seen the army guy on. Shaken and upset, she had just seen the army guy as well. V tried to calm her friend down and stayed with her on the phone until she got home. V says she tried to do research on the army ghost, but has not had any luck in finding out who he is. Reddit user Veil of Shadows recounted some of his paranormal experiences. One includes seeing a man in the corner of his room repeatedly when he was a child. He said he couldn't make out any of the features of this entity and referred to him as the tall man. The tall man wore a hat or a fedora and was always seen in the corner of Val's room. The tall man would never bother him, but would just watch him from the corner of the room. Val said he felt a sense of unease, but the man never approached him. These visits from the tall man occurred throughout his childhood. One day, he decided to take a nap alone in his bedroom during the afternoon. He believes that he woke up and saw the tall man standing in the corner, as usual. However, this time, tall man approached his bed and walked around it several times. Then, without warning, tall man reached out and scratched him. He felt a horrific pain and saw 3 deep scratches on his leg, with lots of blood gushing from the wounds. He remembers screaming and crying, and then for some strange reason, he went back to sleep. When he woke up, the scratches were gone, as if it had never happened. He said he stopped seeing the tall man as he got older. He says when he got older, his mother told him that his sister and his niece had also seen the same man when they were children. Although he hasn't seen him, he believes that the tall man followed his family into the house that they currently live in. Other scary and paranormal things happened to this Reddit user when he was small. One time, he had a dog doll that had a speaker in it that said random words. One night, he woke up and had to use the bathroom. He said that the dog doll was sitting right outside his door. He said he didn't understand how the doll got in the hallway, as it had been in his toy bin and he had not played with it in a long time. The scary dog doll started saying words that sounded distorted and did not sound like the English language. Even though the words were garbled and strange sounding, he felt that he understood them. But he was so afraid that he started crying and kicked the doll down the stairs. He ran to his mother's room and spent the rest of the night there. The next morning, he told his mom what had happened, and they decided to get rid of the doll. Another strange incident happened as well, this time with a My Little Pony toy. The toy could be fed and burped like a baby, and sometimes it talked and laughed. One time, he was under the covers when he heard a laugh that sounded like the My Little Pony, but deeper. The thing is, they had gotten rid of the My Little Pony toy long before this happened. He was instantly frozen in fear and could feel a huge sense of dread come over him. Then, he heard a shuffling noise coming from his closet. He hid under his blanket for a long time. It seemed like forever. He was too afraid to move. Eventually, he didn't hear any more sounds coming from the closet. He slowly peeked out from under the covers. The room was completely black. He remembers having left the lights on, and now they were off and the room was dark. He worked up the courage to jump off the bed, run out of the bedroom, and into his mom's bedroom. He said it took him weeks before he would finally go back to sleep in his own room. Val said that these are just some of the paranormal experiences that he has had as a child, and none of them can be explained. How about you? Did you have paranormal experiences during your childhood? Were they scary, or were they more positive and spiritual in nature? I would love to hear your true stories. Email me or put them in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. And have a wonderful day in this bizarre paranormal world we live in.